Hello everybody. Today again we're going to look at a piece of Filofax history with this review of the Flex by Filofax A5 in leather. I've previously reviewed the Flex A5 and slim sizes in faux leather, and I will link to that review in the comments below. But I've always hankered after a Flex in leather. So when I saw this one for sale on the local small ads website for €44, including postage and insurance, second-hand, I snapped it up. Flex is a system whereby the layout of the folder, together with the inserts, allow the user to design their own layout, basically. So I love this system, as you'll have read. If you look to my other review, you'll know that I'm a big fan of this system. I think it's incredibly useful and clever, and I rue the day that Filofax dumped it. But at least you can still buy inserts, though not from Filofax, to allow you to use the system to its fullest if you still have a Flex folder. The folders were released around 2011, I think they were. I think the first ones were the faux leather plastic folders. I think the leather was a couple of years later, and quite soon after that they dumped the range. So I don't think there's that many around. I haven't seen many of them, possibly because people are using them. Not many people are selling them, I don't know. But that's why I was very glad to be able to find this one. As you can see, it's in a light brown color. It has been used. I'm guessing you can see that there are certain stress marks in the leather, a little bit of wear where the inside seams are producing a little bit of extra stress on the outside. But there's nothing really damaged about it. It's just normal wear and tear, normal patina, you might say. You can see the leather's wrinkled, as I said. The great thing about the Flex is because it has no rings, it's very compact, and I like compact systems. So this is an A5. You can see how close to A5 the folder is. If you have this folder with rings, you need a lot more space because of the way the paper moves around the rings when you close the folder. So these Flexes are a compact system. It's 17 centimeters in width, 22.3 centimeters height. When empty, at the fattest point, it's about 1.5 centimeters, and it weighs only 185 grams. There's no closing mechanism, and the cover is empty apart from this embossing at the back, which says Flex by Filofax, which is on all of the Flex products. Before I show you quickly the Flex system, let me show you the layout. So the system of this layout has 4 full height, full width pockets lined with nylon, which allow an A5 notebook to be added in any place that suits the user. So we have here on the left, we have a full height, full width to the center pocket. On the other side, we have the same. Here we have the same, which goes from the inside to the outside. And here we have the same. So an A5 notebook can be slid in any of 4 of these places. The difference with this leather one to the faux leather one is that the card slots are different here. So I'll just quickly show you. This is the card slots for the faux leather version that I have. And again, with the slim, this is also the same layout. With this leather version, the card pockets are not the same. So we have all of the card slots are lined with black nylon. There are 2 full depth pockets, so the pockets all go down to the edge, which these are 14 centimeters wide. And this lower one has a concertina edge to allow it to hold a little bit more. So you can see this concertina edge just on the outside, on the bottom edge, not on the top. Just here, you can see there's a concertina. So you have a little bit of space there, should you need it. There are 3 smaller pockets. Let me just grab a card. So the 3 smaller pockets about 6.5 centimeters wide, which are also full depth. So these go all the way to the bottom. Let me just show you this. This is a rule. I can show you this goes all the way to the bottom, all the way to the outside edge. So this is just over 8 centimeters deep. So you have this one, and then this one, and this second one is about the only one which will actually hold a business card, because this one is too deep and this one is not deep enough. This smaller one obviously designed for maybe stamps, tickets, something small. But I find this curve quite elegant. The slots are positioned sideways, as you can see, and they have embossed on them Flex by Filofax natural leather A5 size and the real leather logo. Okay, on the other side, we have these 2 slots, top and bottom, to hold a jotter style notebook. Let me just grab a jotter style notebook. So something like this, which can be slotted on top or bottom. Okay, so because it's upside down, because it's a slot on top and bottom, this makes this perfectly reversible. These are sideways. These go top and bottom. So you also have the option, should you take it, of reversing the whole thing. The only thing that changes is that the logos are now upside down, but everything else would work exactly as before. So this is just another additional level of flexibility that the Flex provides you. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you, go into a great deal of details about how the system works or about the inserts, because the other video I did, which I will link to below, goes into a lot of detail about that. So I'll just quickly show you what you can do. So here I have an original Flex notebook, and they tend to be quite compact because you can put fat things in here, but the whole system is compact. If you put a really thick notebook in here, it won't close any longer. But you can slide this A4 into any edge, so it goes completely in. There we go. So I can put one here. I can put it here on the inside. I can do the same here. I can do the same here. I could, if I wanted to, add up to 4 of these. Here's another A5 notebook. Let's say I wanted to add this one here. I could do that. Or I could add it inside. So I now have these 2. I need a little bit of a... Okay, and then here's a jotter, so I can put the jotter here, for example. There we go. You'll note there's no pen loop, because the pen loops come in this really ugly way with on a piece of card. So I can add this to the outside pockets if I wanted to, so that I have a pen loop on the outside. I could add it inside if I wanted to. The way the pen loop falls means it's exactly in the middle, so I could put a penny here and I could still close this because the pen would appear in this gap here. behind the notebooks. There we go. There's the proof. It's an extremely well designed folder. It really is. So you can see what I'm doing. You can design it any way you like. You can put multiple notes in. You can put them in different places. You can put the pen loop where you want it. You can rotate this if you want to. It's just so flexible, as its name suggests. You can also, with this, if you put notebooks on the outside pockets, you're actually doubling the size of your writing surface. As you can see here, if you put this open on your desk, you've now extended your writing surface. 1 A5 width this way, 1 A5 width this way. So you can see that, and here. Right. Now the only negative for me is that unless you use this outward sleeve and only write on the right, or you use this outward, external pocket and only write on the left, you will always have a lumpy surface to write on. That's the only thing that annoys me. So if you have this surface, for example, and you put your notebook like this, this surface is no longer smooth. This doesn't worry a lot of people. It does annoy me. I would have to put something here, a thick piece of card or something, to allow me to have a proper surface to write on. And I think that's the only reason I'm not using this system at the moment, and probably the only reason that I'm using this much more expensive X47 system, because the X47 doesn't have any pockets. It has a 100% smooth surface. So it doesn't matter where I write with the X47, I'm always going to have a smooth surface. And that, unfortunately, is not the case with the Flex. You can get around it, but that's the one thing, that's the only thing that sort of puts the brake on for me for using this more. As you can see, it lies flat, perfectly flat. You can fold it back on itself, not exactly where the spine is, but enough for you to do this to it, or work on this side if you want to. It doesn't look particularly good, but it is possible to do. So that's the Flex leather version A5, slightly different from the faux leather version, which I'd previously looked at. I think is a great system. As I said many times, it's such a shame that Filofax dumped this system, but these can still be used. You can still get inserts even if they're not from Filofax, because they are standard size. It's not this slim, but you can still get inserts for this slim if you shop around. So great system. I'm definitely intending to use it more. If you do find any online and you think this is good, grab them while you can, because there's not many around anymore. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time.